Is Dorothy's vision delayed? Is Moina actually coming earlier? Cookie, where's your schedule for Arknights for 2023? I know a lot of people are looking forward to a predicted schedule because that's what I do every year. But for this year itself, it's a bit hard for me to do that because the schedule right now is a ball of mess. So for today's video, we're gonna make sense of the data mines that's been appearing over the past week together, and then at least know what's gonna happen in Arknights for the next month or two. First thing to clarify is what's a data mine, because people are confusing it with leaks. Leaks are basically people who have exclusive information about, let's say, a game, and then afterwards they tell the public about the information that they should be keeping to themselves. Data mine is not the same thing. Data mine basically means entering the files of maybe a program or a game, and then opening up the information that is, by the way, publicly accessible, meaning to say if you know how to get to there, everybody can see the same thing. So if you data mine, you're opening the files, you look at the data, and then you tell everybody, hey, the game files right now is saying things like this, and therefore we could maybe predict what's going to happen later. So data mines are not illegal. Leaks are illegal, but data mine is perfectly fine. So with that, we can look at the data mines that appeared in January. I'm very thankful for Jun. He's someone who bothers to open all these game files so that we can take a look at them. So from his data mine, Dorothy's Holiday Rerun happens on the 28th of February, Great Chief Returns Record Restore is 27th of January, which is true by the way, it did happen on that date, and that date is also my birthday. And then Twilight of Volomonde Record Restore is on the 3rd of February, which is also true. It is on the 3rd of February together with CC10. So if we have this information, I can put this into the calendar. So it basically looks like this: Ideal Cities ending, CC10, and then afterwards Dorothy's Holiday Rerun. Now, if you look at the calendar, there is a very weird gap between the 17th of February to the 28th of February, whereby if you want to squeeze a 2 weeks event, it's too short of a gap, and if you want to squeeze a small event, you can do that. But the thing about data mine is that typically data mines is already putting ahead what events will exist. So if the data mine already has Dorothy's Holiday Rerun, you would think that they would at least place whatever event before Dorothy's Holiday into the game files already. Whether is it the Moina event, to be continued, Dorothy's Vision, things like that. But it's not in the game files yet. Until recently there's an update whereby Rewinding Breeze Record Restore is apparently scheduled on the 17th of February, which is at the very end of CC10. And as Jun says, in the CN server, to be continued open at the exact same time. So does that mean we will get to be continued over here? We're a bit lost at this point. I have no idea because it's very weird that they put the record restore information in, but they haven't put the event release information in. Like, it's not preloaded. But then for today's video, I'd like to thank our sponsor. We have Mr. BROCA right here who's promoting his own Marth outfit. Please get his skin during CC10. Thank you very much. So AKCN shitpost over here, also a great Twitter user to follow by the way, if you want all these kind of information. To him, he claims that Yostar will probably run at least one unit banner every single month. And therefore to him, he feels that to be continued shouldn't be the mini event that is squeezed in between. He thinks the Moina event should come instead. I'm gonna answer, while I do think it is important for Yostar to always have a banner every month, technically this month does have a banner because of the joint operation banner that has Carnelian, Magalan, Bagpipe, and Passenger. So it's not gonna make as big of a sales as say a new unit, but it could just mean Yostar, for all I know, wanting to take a break of some sort. But this isn't a good thing, because this means if they delay Moina and Dorothy even further, their banners are going to be much closer together, and we might see 2 new units in a month instead of the typical 1 unit a month. With all that being said, I'll give you guys my predictions as to what will happen in the next few months until the next limited banner. So as much as I want to think that To Be Continued is going to happen on 17th February, I can't really feel that way because the game files is not preloaded in. It's very weird that Dorothy's Holiday Rerun comes in first and then not the event before it. So to me, it's actually going to be jutted backwards. So after Dorothy's Holiday Rerun ends, I think we're going to get Dorothy's Vision in the front of March, and then we'll get To Be Continued, followed by Obscure Wanderer. By the way, those of you looking forward to IS3, IS3 is definitely happening in March. They cannot delay IS, so that's going to happen around the back end of March. And then afterwards, we get the Moina event, either at the end of June or early April, followed by the collaboration, Arknights x Legend of Luo Xiaohe, That one doesn't have any banner. That's just a fun little event. The levels are very nice to look at as well, along with near Light Rerun. And then we'll get Il Sirakusano. Now, I do think there could be a bit of a shuffle of events. Chapter 11 might happen instead of near Light. But the reason why I had to push Chapter 11 behind is because even though the banner for it is 2 weeks, there's a special banner happening before Chapter 11. So there actually needs to be enough time in order to preempt for it. Even right now, the way that I place Chapter 11, it's too close to Il Sirakusano. I need to give it at least an extra week of a break. Just to briefly mention what's the special banner that I'm talking about, before Chapter 11 was released in CN, they had a banner that contained Horn, Silac, and Mudrock. So these are the only 3 6-star operators that you can get in the banner. There are no other 6 stars inside. So it's pretty much a joint operation banner, but a little improved. This banner is honestly pretty powerful. I'd love to predict a date for when it will come to global, but I can't because I cannot figure out when Chapter 11 is going to drop. I'm not going to show you guys my predictions for later on because I don't think it's correct. I need to wait until all these messy stuff are cleared up before I can actually make an official prediction schedule for 2023. Now, some people are huffing some really good copium at the moment because when they see that CC10 is being shifted forward, there are people who are saying that, oh, are we finally catching up to CN? Is it time for EN to align their schedule to CN? I'd like to repeat this again. I don't think it's ever possible for CN and EN to align because, for your note, CN barely have breaks in their events. If you look at the events that are coming up, yeah, there are some breaks here and there, but then for things like CC10, Obscure Wanderer, Legend of Luo Xiaohei, notice how they run back to back with no breaks at all. And the way that we ran the events in EN is not the exact same as CN. So what I mean is that, for example, Ideal City that you see here, Trials for Navigator happened on the 2nd week of the event in the CN server. It's the same for us in EN. But CC10 was different. Our CC10 runs at the end of Ideal City. But for your note, in the CN server, CC10 actually ran on the last week of Ideal City. The freaking CC stages appeared at the exact same time as when the S stages were released, which is such a pain. If you think this was one of the special times that CN did it, it's not. They also did it back in Stultifera Nevis, whereby, if you look over here, in the last week of Stultifera Nevis, where they had the 9 mirror stages, the very hard S stages, CC9 started early. So there was an overlap of events, and even Undertide's rerun was overlapping with CC9. So we didn't do that in EN, if you think about it. Back in our EN schedule, we had all of them running separately. So it was Stultifera Nevis, and then Undertide's rerun happened first, and then it was CC9. There's no overlap at all. Because we do not follow the same patterns as CN, where they actually squeeze the events together, we have this habit of like breaking them apart. We're not going to catch up to CN at this rate. CN has way less break times than we do. And at this point, when we used to have a 5-month gap with CN back in like 2022, now we're running at a 7-month gap. The thing that I don't know if EN is trying to do this is, are they trying to push the events even further back? To the point that Il Sirakusano that you see here, Il Sirakusano, I'm really bad at spelling. But yeah, I don't know if this event is going to be shifted to the point that it becomes our half anniversary event. Some of you are thinking, whoa, Cookie, what the frick are you talking about? Because we always have events, a limited event in the month of May. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a wild and stupid theory as well. But I need you guys to think about this. If you look at Ideal City, for example, it's an anniversary event. One of the main questions everyone keeps asking about is where is the 6-star selector ticket? The way that it's scheduled for the EN and JP server is really weird. We get our 6-star selector ticket during our quarter anniversary events, and not during the proper anniversary and half anniversary. Meanwhile for CN, they do get it in their anniversary event. But the reason why we have that misalignment is because their anniversary event is not our anniversary event. So, for example, if you look at CN, Stultifera Nevis for CN was their anniversary event, and that's why there was a 6-star selector then. There was also a 6-star selector for us when we had Stultifera Nevis. Ideal City is not their anniversary event, it was their quarter anniversary, but for us, it's our anniversary. So there's this weird thing where some of the really special packs are not able to be shifted around in order to suit the occasion. And to me, having 6-star selector ticket during quarter anniversary is really weird. But I doubt they are going to do something like, okay, let's push the Texas Outer event all the way to July in order to, make all the packs align. It's just too chaotic. If they really want to mess up the schedule so badly, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. Things like when new SSS stages are released, when Annihilation is going to happen, because you might hit a situation where a certain type of Annihilation is released before the event for that Annihilation is up. So for example, if they release a Dorothy's Vision Annihilation, which I don't know if it exists, imagine getting the Annihilation for that first, and then the event for Dorothy's Vision is still not released. And then afterwards, IS is also a problem, because IS cannot be shifted around. There is a fixed schedule for IS that it must release every 9 months of the game. So therefore, I don't think it's going to happen. I really think Texas Outer event will stick in place in May, and then all they will do is just shuffle the events before and after to go all around it. Like, even this schedule is wrong, you see. In CN, Chapter 11 happened before Il Sirakusano. Near Light Rerun also happened before Il Sirakusano. But we don't have the time. This thing cannot go in front. So anyways, I hope this video gives you some form of ideas as to what might happen. I apologize, I cannot give you like full banner breakdowns, events to look forward to kind of thing. This is just random predictions that's going on. If you want to see a certain type of video that will help you better planning in 2023, let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to get those out. But if not, I hope you enjoyed your time here, and I shall see you in many more videos to come. Alright, bye bye.